Salutations.
Ah, and the footfalls of another wayfarer grace our ears. I'm delighted. I don't suppose you're traveling through Galette, are you? If so, I would not look too hard for anyone. There is not much left to find. Yes, we are pilgrims of a sort. Missionaries might be a more appropriate label. We serve our God and follow his will. It was quite a miracle. A number of my order, all drawn by common faith, came to the village, and we showed them salvation. There was fire and blood and screaming, yes, much screaming, but all for the glory of the great Balin. Praise be to him. We liberated them, man and woman, Alfar and human. We have delivered them to Balin, to his paradise. In exchange, our coven will welcome the slumbering Titan, Balin's beloved servitor, into these lands. But would he not? For right now, we will show you paradise.
The demons defile the land. The burnt skin of the world glows red with suffering. It is the deep gloam, and a pallor of death settles on the people of Amalur. Fires rage across the wastes. The only sound is whispered laughter. As the embers cool and a wind blows across the desert, life once more erupts from the husk of the earth, and the struggle begins.
You're the one Colm found slaying the Testament? I'm impressed. Well, I'm not here for the Testament. I'm here for gold. And I've got work for two. Care to make some riches? I'd been through here a few years back, on my Warsworn training. It was as nice a place as you'd like to find in Detir, but there was always something sinister about those ruins in the canyon's end. I suppose we know why now. I served as a hireling in the Warsworn once, but as my friends made rank, I was passed over too many times. And so I left. I live by my own oaths now. I was a Warsworn hireling once. Was passed over for promotion one too many times. On my last job, I found a map to a treasure beneath Galette. A friend, Tears, and I gathered a crew to claim it. We found the town in ruins, but were undeterred. We would get what we came for. Then Tears slipped something into my drink, and the crew left without me. Now I want to beat them to the treasure, and I could use your support. Don't even try it. I've been cheated once already. I won't fall for it a second time. They wanted to cut me out. That's the only reason I can think of. I'll show those bastards. Good. We split the map among the crew, but I know the treasure lies in Galette Caverns. Now, let's move. There were 4 in the crew, including myself. My good friend Tears had the idea. He found the map as well. The other 2 were a pair of mercenaries, an Almain named Alsers and a Varane named Bertzer. They seemed trustworthy enough. It's in a cave near the ruins of the town, the Galette Tunnels. I'll meet you inside.
So, you made it to our camp. After seeing how you handled yourself against the Testament, I was hoping you might. Those of us in camp trust each other, but aid is not as forthcoming. I will be blunt. The Testament has taken something from me, and I want to recover it, intact. But I cannot do it alone. The marches are a main avenue from Erethel into Detir, but many choose not to walk the road in these dark times. There is a bedroll over there if you need to rest up. It's not the best, but it's what I can offer you here. The mercenary. He has seen combat, I am certain, but for his kind, justice is always for sale. I was born in Rathir and trained in the arts of magic at a young age. But when my brother Giran demonstrated greater ability than I, it was he who became my parents' focus. I was left to learn on my own. He is my twin brother. We spent our childhood together. Because of his command of magic, he was selected to join the Scholia Arcana. After that, he surrounded himself in studies. He changed. All this talk of magic and control. My brother Giran. They did not take him per se, so much as seduce him. He was a promising adept of the Scholia Arcana, and then one day he vanished. When I heard of the Testament's involvement, I feared the worst. I managed to track him here to Galette. Then I discovered just how large the presence of the Testament was in these marches. He would not have. Giran, he was always alone, always with his studies. He was wise, so very wise. There is no chance that he joined the cult willingly. They must have coerced him. Then again, His last letters to me were... No, nothing. Never mind. Excellent. I have resources at my disposal for a reward if we are successful. I have reason to believe that he is hiding in the ruins that run beneath the marches, this tomb of Ferragnus. I will meet you there. Hopefully, this cult has not sunk its claws too deeply into Geran's mind. It is a large and ancient Irathi ruin, somehow connected to the complex at the end of the canyon. Legends say it winds and twists beneath the marches like a labyrinth. Many who entered never returned. The tomb of Ferragnus is an underground ruin beneath the canyon. It might lead us to him. I fear the Testament's presence will be strong in there. They seem drawn to the tomb.
The Circle of Engard strives to reclaim the Fey rights lost with the House of Valor. Beware the wild Fey of...
Greetings, mortal.
It is... I wish you well, warrior.
The sands of Ulcerod rest above a vast...
Greetings! What, you surely ask, is such a well-heeled Praetorian doing here among the dust and brambles? Removing the tarnish from my name and solving the Jotun problem. Their keep is hard to miss. It sits on Menethir like an Etin on a pile of bones. I am, you see, ranked Decanus. That is above Auxiliary, where I serve my time, and beneath Centurion, which is where I belong. Overlooked. Ignored. Once I've settled this Jotun problem, my Praetorian friends will be humming a different tune. Grand to behold, but lousy with Jotun and spiders and gods know what else. Makes me think the Warsworn put their blasted keep here out of sheer bloody spite. The old Ragnar has died, and his successor is stirring the embers of war. But he's too clever to openly provoke the Warsworn, so he's attacking gnomes instead. That will not stand. I have a plan to settle this, but it requires someone of both delicacy and grit. Priest, apothecary, and spiritual guide to Jotun kind. The old Ragnar ruled all the Jotun in these heights and the mountains beyond. If this upstart stirs all of them to war, things could go badly for everyone. Yes, I think you do. First, we must find some new and better enemies for the Jotun. Go into Tyrscotter Mine, southeast of here, and steal the clan totem from the kobolds that dwell there. Then return to me. We'll never know if the mine collapsed because of the kobolds, or if the kobolds got in because of the collapse. Either way, it's theirs now. Tyrscotter Mine is full of the little filchers. If you ask me, they're worse than the Jotun. It seems the old Ragnar had some wisdom in that slab of a skull. Kept a shrewd balance between infighting and angering his neighbors. But now he's dead, and the new Ragnar fancies the warpath. But that won't be good for anyone. There's a good deal to be said about them. None of it nice. You hear tales now and then of Jotun guards and Jotun soldiers. I'll believe that when I see it. Brutes! To reclaim it, the kobolds will fight to the death, and as for the Jotun, well, one thing at a time. Tyrscotter Mine cuts into the hills of southeastern Menethir. I don't know where in the mine the clan totem is kept, but it is there.
Heights of Menethir.
Polished armor means you haven't used it yet.
We see few enough strangers in
Now who's this? I've grown so used to the same few drifters coming in for supplies and the contract board. A fresh face is a welcome thing. Other keeps get their work here and there, high and low. As for us, ever since Odessa was built, we've had one solemn task. Watch the Jotun. Hold them back, hold them south and west of Gnomish lands. Anything you need's found in the smithy. you've got Heki for most things and Gavroche for blacksmithing. We're proud to stand where we do, here among the wilds. First keep and last bastion, the Castellan likes to say. The quartermaster to our keep, she stocks all we need to get by out here. I'll be honest, he's not much of a blacksmith, but he's all we've got at the moment. Poor little lad. That's Oda. She's a good sort, though not a woman of words. I'm the curate of this keep. If you've a contract to turn in, bring it to me. It's right beside me. The work's open to any and all. When a contract's done, they come to me for their pay. When there are open jobs, and there's good proof they've been done, then yes, I do. All right now.
My poor old master had but one dying wish, that his prize blade, the one on the wall, be mended. Some days I dream that I'll do it myself. Then I remember, I'm a poor untrained apprentice who can barely forge a soup spoon. Been good to me since the day they found me, tucked in among stolen sacks of grain. Master Braskin, yes. I'd endure every drunken lashing anew if it meant I could learn blacksmithing right and proper. Well, don't expect anything remarkable or even decent. Show me what's broken and I'll see what I can do, which isn't much. Master Braskin took me in, being an orphan and found by the war swan and all. He let me live here, began to train me in the craft. Why, that's Haldabeer's blade. It's famous, from the Fey Wars. My old master always said he'd fix it right again. Might have, if he'd lived. Now it just hangs on the wall, taunting me, reminding me of all I'm not. In battle, oh, it's a wondrous tale of how Haldabeer slew his foe. I'd tell, but I don't think I could do it justice. Repair the sword? Not likely. There's one man living who can, and he'd rather eat nettles and stare at the sky than raise hammer to anvil. You can find the hermit smith yourself, up in the Menetair Heights, but don't expect much. Dinwell's his name. Word has it he grew bitter of all mortal kind at the start of the war, but I wouldn't know. I've never talked to him. A hero's sword. Like its owner, it fought and died in glory on the battlefield. Just as I'll die miserably behind this forge. Mind you, I said he could mend that blade. I never said he would. But if you think you can just alter fate, seek him in the Menetair Heights, due south and west of here.
I'm quartermaster here. Tell me what you need and I'll see what I can do. If there's fight in your veins and steel in your bones, you're war sworn. If you die before you break an oath, you're war sworn. That's me. I'll sell you what you need, and if you need a blacksmith, well, what we've got for one's over there. It's a hard, dangerous place. Jotun above, spiders, thieves, and kobolds down below. They're the newcomers to this land. They crawled up through the ground from who knows what deep caverns. They've always lived in the heights of Menetair, and we have always watched them, weapons at the ready, and held them back when we must. The old blacksmith died 3 moons ago. Gavroche is... that boy's barely trained. What do you expect? Need a new weapon? That's me. Need a... Repaired? Blacksmith's over there. Need a new weapon? That's me. Need it repaired? Blacksmith. It's over there.
Speak your mind.
Greetings.
You have the remains of the hammer. It is... I should have expected this. It was forged in the Hall of the First Sworn. It must, I think, be reforged there. The hall is not far, only... I don't know what to do when we get there. The hall lies south through the canyons. Meet me there. They are powerful beyond anything you could imagine. This one was called Karmazandu, the Deceitful One. The text claimed the Arathi themselves imprisoned him in the mountain after he proved too clever to kill. We need it restored if we hope to defeat Beeson, and for that, I'm afraid, we must journey to the Hall of the First Sworn. I haven't been here since I was young. It is as full of old books and dusty scrolls as I remember. Legend tells it is there that Eamon was transformed from a prince to the first of the Warsworn. It became a meeting place of sorts in the time of the First Sworn. Not all our wisdom was left to gather dust on Eamon's Isle. I have learned the location of the Niskaru Lord's mountain prison. But first, we must deal with that hammer. That means the Hall of the First Sworn. He has gone to free the Niskaru Lord. Pray we are not too far behind to stop him. Yes, time is short. The Hall of the First Sworn is south and east through the canyons. Meet me there when you are ready.
What have we here?
The heights of Menethir are thick with Jotun.
The heat's as deadly as the Jotun in the sand.
Sworn to war? Oathblade?
They rush about as if their destinies did not stretch out before them, clear and immutable. Poor fools. It is said my attunement to fate is especially keen. I can see the paths of everyone I cross, stretching before them, but not yours. Some are trained in weaving fate. It is a knack that revealed itself to me at an early age. My parents were delighted at first, then horrified, as I had foreseen. I have come here, for it is here I was to come. How could I do otherwise? I see fate's ends too clearly to resist.
What have you got for old Fargil the healer today? A nice spider bite? A punctured lung, perhaps? Beautiful creatures. They're nature's alchemists. Make poisons, silk, miasmas, you name it. How I would love to visit. The diseases they have there. Perhaps one day it will be safe enough to go. It's wonderful here. They come to me with the most remarkable ailments. You couldn't find a better corner of Amalur to practice the art. More poisonous and dangerous things out there than you could imagine. Though I will admit, Cluricon may have us beat for disease. I trained under the luminaries of Odessa, but I have always found fascination in a live specimen of the medical arts. Goodbye. What have you got for old Fargil? Injuries, ailments, anything? Have you ever been? It's some leagues to the east. A marvelous city. One of, well, mental giants, if you will. Do come again.
Dust, dents, and scars. That's the iron-fast way.
Sworn to war? We're fighters here, not toy soldiers.
Oh.
Normally, I'd advise you to take a leap off that ledge, but at the moment, I find myself in need of aid. Don't think you'll get anything out of it, though. I certainly won't teach you anything. Once in a while, some fool comes to plead on bended knee for lessons. Bah! If you don't know, there's no use telling it. Off in the southeast among the hills, overrun now with those spear-hefting overgrown cats. I'd keep my distance if I were you. It possesses a certain remarkable beauty that is hard to appreciate with a wounded leg. An old man who has had his fill of the world.
Damned kobolds is what. Poison spear to my leg and it's begun to fester. There are things for it, easy to gather myself. If I could walk. Ironfast? What could they possibly... All right, just help me with this leg. Ugh. I'll need Spidersack Ichor, Fenrak from the canyon below, and grist from a Jotun's cookpot. Can you get me those? Before the gnomes opened up that damned mine, wasn't a single one in Menethir. Meddlers, that's what they are. Always think they know best, but they never do. Believe me. Some Spidersack Ichor, Fenrak leaf from the canyon below, and grist from a Jotun's pot. How many times must I repeat it?
There was another named Own. This name was to be feared. The name is death, decay, and violence. A cold and fading moment. A mind not of misery in the few leaves of winter. A suit of armor beneath which lay a void. Where Issa's vision was of cultured landscapes, his was of the choking weeds. Own's reach devoured the land. The winter approached.
Menetier. Greetings.
We stand by, Arcastan. The heat's as deadly as the joke.
Me, I'm rarely outside. Always things to be done about the keep. Oh, you want that contract, do you? Now you guard these ghastly things closely. Mind you, they're not suited for combat. They're for surgery and unnaturally sharp. Oh yes, well you'll need to collect the required number of spider stingers from spiders in Menetier. You won't have much trouble finding them, they're all over, which frankly is exactly the problem. All right now.
Need a new weapon? That's me. Need it repaired? Blacksmith's over there. If you're traveling, you'll need support. Supplies.
What in hell the sun is fierce today? The heights of Menetier.
Oath blade.
Oath blade.
There you are. Ah, you have the totem. Good. We've made some enemies, so now we must make the feeling mutual. Kill 3 Jotun chieftains known as the Ragnar's Chosen. Their deaths will enrage the Ragnar like nothing else. After killing each of the Chosen, plant one of these kobold daggers in his chest. That should do the trick. They'll be up among the Jotun on the heights, spreading their Ragnar's word. Remember, after you've killed each, plant a kobold dagger in his chest. That's essential. Look! It begins! You're part of that madness on the ledge below. On with you. I'll have no part in that. No, but another hour won't make any difference. Go on, get those gnomes off my ledge. Here, you see, it all falls beautifully into place. The kobolds will come for their totem. And this new Ragnar will see a challenge that he cannot ignore, and a battle he'll think he can win. Of course, neither he nor any will survive it. To reclaim it, the kobolds will fight to the death. To a Jotun, it's no more than a banner. But a banner planted in their ground is a challenge, and Jotun are proud creatures. Well, there may be a victor for a moment or two, but in the end, I will be the only winner you will see. Meet me on the height above 2 palms. You wanted war? Well, you've got it. A sight to behold! A sight to behold! Go on! Tear each other apart! My beautiful plan! Go on! Tear each other apart! You wanted war? Well, you've got it! What are you doing?
Our work is done here. Our work is done here. That was a good fight. That was a good fight. Our work is done here. That was a good fight.
All have lost, but we have won thanks to my genius and your hard work. You have earned your reward. Have this. As for me, I have earned a trip to Odessa and, surely, Centurion rank. I've single-handedly squashed a Jotun warpath. Of course, that single hand was you, but why quibble? They'll have to grant me Centurion rank now. Soon to be a memory. It's back to Odessa for me and my fine auxiliaries here. If you haven't already, you should visit our grand city. It's a sight to behold.
The heat's as deadly as... The heights of Menachem.
Come for the contract board? Ah, with the Jotun and the kobolds, we just haven't had time to burn them out. Fine work you've done. So long.
Dust, dents, and scars. That's the iron-fast way.
If it's not very difficult, I'll try to repair anything you've got. Really? You have? Don't think you could talk him into mending that blade on the wall, do you? If he would mend that blade, I'd be delirious. Were he to stay here and finish my training, but I don't dare to dream so much at once.
What do you need?
Can I help you?
Polished armor means you haven't used.